boils and feral ghouls to the continuation of Let's Build a Settlement here at the lumber yard. Yeah, there we go. So in the previous episode, we were working on these bad boys here, and we upgraded that guy and built this mansion right here, and doing some decorations. I think did I put a stove in here yet? Did I do any of that stuff? Oh, I got a bedroom. And what did I do downstairs? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I added that little extension there. Yeah, I did put a stove and stuff there. Okay, cool. And then I was gonna put a living room in here. Alrighty. I know what we're doing. Not that. We're going over here. I'm just kidding. Channel announcement. It is October, and October is spooky time, and I have a spooky video coming up. We're going to be doing a spooktacular, I don't know, settlement tour. I built a haunted house type dealie, and give you guys a little tour of it, and that's about all I'm going to tell you. It's not quite the horror movie that I had done last time, or last year around this time, but it's still gonna fudge. Still gonna give you something to cry about, maybe. I don't know. Kind of lost my train of thought when I saw that all messed up, etc. Still gonna give you a good time. There you go. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil anything, like I was saying. That might be the fan upstairs. So, yeah, when is that going to release? I don't even know. What is today's date, I think? As of recording, today is the 5th. You guys are watching this on the 10th. Maybe the weekend of the 24th. Looking at my calendar, y'all. But, that seems to be pretty good, because then we're, like, right on the cusp of All Hallows Eve. We can, say hi to Sam Hain and all that kind of stuff, which I learned is actually a mispronunciation of the word. All kinds of funky stuff. I think the original actual pronunciation is just Sam, which is interesting. Yeah, I was watching this whole, I don't know, video on the movie Trick or Treat, and it has that like little character dude in it, Sam, that walks around and watches all these horror thingies fall, but happen all around him, etc. Really good horror movie if you like horror movies. It's not really scary. I didn't think it was scary at all. Not that I really find any horror movies scary, but it's actually quite entertaining. Why am I putting that there? I don't know. Distracted. But that's such a really cool movie, and I'm so upset with myself that I didn't know about it when it first came out. It took like several years past its release before I finally discovered it one day by chance. I don't even remember how, but it's become one of my all-time, like, top 10 Halloween-themed movies ever. This is just so cool. Yeah. So, I highly suggest check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, I got my own little spooky movie coming up. Well, not movie. I already did the movie, which, if you haven't seen it, check out the other videos on my channel. I did a horror film filmed entirely in here in Fallout 4. So, yeah. I didn't quite go that far with this one, like I said. I did a little something, and again, I'm not going to give too many details because I really don't want to spoil anything. We need a lamp in here, I'm thinking. Let's see. S'more lights. Do we have any, like, floor lights from S'more lights? Oh, we got these. You know what? There we go. Got some light in here. Actually, we don't have any light in here either. What else we got? You know what? Let's go a little old schooly. Stick that guy right there. Let's bring it over a little bit so it's a little much better. There we go. What else we got in here? Ooh, look at that guy. Not quite. It's interesting, but track lighting type dealies. There we go. Give me this dude. Nope, not gonna work There we go. Get you right up here. Ah, let's fix it. It actually works properly. Oh, geez. We're gonna take squeeze here. There we go. We need something here too. Oh, these are colored. Oh yeah, forgot about that. So let's go into the regular one. Blue, green, purple, red. Really? Backlight, no. Oh, I don't know. There we go. That works. Now we get some light there. All right, I'm gonna consider that done. Cool. Alrighty. So what's next? What's next? Decided what I want to do with this crane. What? Let's like right over here. Yeah, that way it's not like right on top of the thing, and I think that fits a little better too. Maybe I'll stick a little something for some dude or dudette to stand on. Let's see, what actually do we have? What can I put there? Actually, you know what? I know exactly what I want. I want... Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. There we go. That'll do her. Turn that off. Really? You're not going to snap in there? Probably because that thing's there. Oh, jeez, I didn't mean to do that. So let's... Really? Not going to snap? Do I have snapping turned off? No. Okay. Oh, it's because this is the... Yeah. Let's store that. Give me... Yeah. Better. Because this is the floor that was already here. So it doesn't play nice with that. Sometimes you can get these things to actually snap. Other times they do not. So it's kind of hit or miss. Let's put that in there like that. Yeah, I like that. Let's just straighten this bad boy out though. Look, they had some sort of effort here. There we go. Cool. Alright, now let's clean up this area. I'd asked you folks about the steps, and I'm thinking we're going to get rid of the double. It's pretty glitchy. That's going to annoy the heck out of me, so let's... Boop. Much better. Yeah. Bye-bye. We're going to take away the double, and I'm actually going to put it over here. One of you, I think, had suggested to put it there. I don't want to do that, because to me that seems, again, kind of cluttery, but if we put it over here, I think it'll look better. We're going to zip on over to G2M's thingy jiggies, and yeah, let's throw this bad boy here. Right in there, just like that. Yeah, I like that so much better. Then we'll put in some new railings. And let's do this. Make this work first. Oh, look at that. That's like perfect. We don't even have to mess with that one. So we're gonna put this guy, right about in here. And then let's stick this guy like right about there. I don't care too much about that, and it doesn't even matter, to be honest, because you can't get over there. But yeah, that looks so much better, and then this post isn't so much troublesome. Cool. I like it. Alright. And you know what? I was thinking too, even though it's kind of overkill, because we have a guard shack thing over there, that I should put another one like right here to kind of mirror this guy here. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that. So to do that, I'll show you guys how I build this again. I'm going to come into Woody's Wasteland. Building doors, no, doorways. There we go. Oh, look at that. Snappy, snappy. Snappy, snappy. Snappy, snappy. Now, I don't necessarily have to... Whatever that was. Copy the same thing here. Keeping the same design for the three walls there, that's for sure. Use this as our Rufus's this time. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder if I have... Back into my wall section here. I see, that's why I did it. Okay. Well, maybe. Maybe Maybe? I don't know. Where did I get the other thing? Was that... Okay, yeah, those were USO. I'm gonna zip on over back to USO. Give me 1 second here. I'm getting all kinds of messages. Okay, here we go. And wood. Railing. There we go. We're gonna build this one completely different. You know what? We'll put the wood over here just so we get a little more protection on the most exposed section there. Let's go with the blue steel. There we go. Like it. Awesome. And I don't think we really need like a door or anything because it's just like an open shack. It's basically just protecting you from the rain. And come on over here and pew pew. We gotta test it though. We gotta make sure we can pew pew. Let's see, got anything we can shoot? Not really. There we go. Pew pew pew. Nice. Actually, we should probably save. And while I'm saving, I might be able to give you a sneaky peeky on something. Oh, where I left off, let's see, the island. Oh yeah, I think that was probably the thing I showed you in the last video. I haven't been there to do any updating of anything yet, but yeah, I got something big planned for that. So that's about all I can show you. So all these spiky wood things. Speaking of woods, yeah, I went hiking this morning. First time I've been hiking in years. I used to go hiking like every single week. I alternated between 2 places, and then I just got so busy. So while I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, here's a couple of pictures that I took. These are all edited. So like this one right here is kind of fuzzy looking, but I did that on purpose. It's supposed to make it look kind of like a, I don't know, Fantasyland, and then others are just some basic edits I did on some pictures. Not my best pictures ever by far, but, you know, there you go. A little sneaky peeky and woof at my hike today. Alright. So now we are back over in this building, and I've done some repairs on it in the past, and we got a lot of holes in this thing, and like this looks like it could barely hold together. So we're gonna do a little something with here finally. Actually, we're probably gonna go back here into USO and barn. The retextures that I finally have. Going with the unpainted, I think. Just some plain Jane walls, y'all. We're gonna do some repair work, and then I'm also gonna do some shoddy patchwork here. So I think we're gonna take that guy out. Give it somewhat of a good starting base. Let's put that in there. How does that look? Nice, not bad at all. Alright. I'm looking at like color-wise. I want to at least shore some of this up so it looks a little better. Oh, look at that. Straight the direction I wanted it to for once. Exciting stuff. This way we can try to fill in some of our hole here. I do want to try to leave as much garbage in here as I possibly can. Yeah, just to try and make it look like we actually did do some work here. So, like for this example, I will keep this coming up here. And actually, you know what? We're probably going to, fortunately, well, actually, I don't need to do that. Hang on. Let me turn that back on. We're going to bump this guy up. Because all I really need, and all I really want, is like one wall that goes straight up and down that looks okay. There we go. And then the rest I can kind of fill in and look crappy. Oh, there we go. I was just way too low on that. Nice. That works. And so like here, we've got this big hole. We can shovel some sort of patchwork wood into there and so on and so forth, just to try to close as much of this up as possible with trying to keep a lot of the original look of it as well. So what I'm talking about, we're going to come in and we're going to throw in like a regular good old wood shack wall. You need to connect up to that. Oh, you're not going to connect where I want you to connect. Son of a monkey. I'm having trouble seeing over here too. It's quite dark. Oh, I got to change the time of day. That's probably why. Let's fix that real quick. I'm going to cheat terminal. And alterations, world, time, never enough time. There we go. Hey, much better. Now we can actually see what the heck is going on, y'all. I'll get out of here with that storm. Okay, so let's... Oh, it's because this is barn and that's not... They're not the same size, so we're going to have to actually do something like that. Kind of blend these in, and I kind of like that. That looks pretty cool. Like we actually did do some patchwork. Sweet. All right, and then you don't want to snap to your friend, jerk. So, no, yeah, let's use this guy here. Hear a blue jay outside chirping away. You know, they're actually kind of mimic birds. They have their really annoying squawk, which is like, I think, their regular chirp. And then they also mimic, I think it's hawks or eagles or something. I forget exactly why they do that. I think it's either to protect themselves or ward off. Ah, why didn't you stay... Really, all want to do that? Aw, you guys smell. I was going to move you up and use you for patchwork. Jerks. Yeah, I'm guessing it has something to do with protecting themselves in one way or another, or something. I don't know. Yeah, let's throw some, like, regular stuff like this in here to act as, like, patchwork. Put this, like, here. We're just going to do our best. Is it supposed to be concrete? Oh, that is... No, we don't want that. There we go. We want metal. Metal and wood. Let's throw that guy there. Snapping still. Really? These don't snap to each other? Okay. Whatevers. Alright, we'll throw this guy in here. We're going to put him completely on the outside. That. Nice. What else we got in here? Stone. Ooh, that's not going to work, but that will. One of my favorites. Corrugated. Shovel that guy right in there. And put his little green envious friend right there. Then I'll stick some sort of beam going up and down there to help tie that gap together. It's like cloth or something. Stuff. There we go. Let's throw this here. Just in there like that. What else we got? Anything good? Yeah, that looks kind of like metalish. Guessing that's supposed to be metal. Nice. Look at that patchwork. Loving it. Alright, so we need some sort of post to go in there. And do I have anything in here? Miscellaneous. Ooh, this thing. That's cool. I'll have to use that in the future for something. I've used this before, I believe. Regular posts. Yeah, I never put that mod back in. I do have a mod that gives me like just regular wooden posts and whatnot. So we're gonna have to go to maybe Kuro tab. Find something in here. Posts, beams. There we go. I don't really want to steal one of the ones that I've already got that are here. You know what I'm talking about? All the wood ones kicking around. There we go. Look at that. Fantastical. Nice. Look at that. We got that whole side all patched up. Alright, now we got a big honking hole here. And a hole on the floor. So we're going to have to fix the floor there. Do some patchwork in here. That looks so cool from this side. Unfortunately, they all have that same design with that slant. So maybe we'll cover some of it up from this side or something. Okay, so I'm thinking floor repair and a window. Let's go ahead and do a save. Let's do a new save. One of you had pointed out about tearing this out and building some sort of apartment complex. No. I've already decided that we are actually going to build up some ground, and somebody had already come up with the idea of turning this into a garden space. So we're going to take out the benches, and I'm actually going to use Kraggles, and we're going to go with some sort of slanted ground, like so. And we're going to line this up. Oh, essentially something like that. And come the whole way down to the green. Like that. Get rid of that. Nice! And then we're going to plant a whole garden in here. I can actually use some of the pre-existing dirt here to my advantage. Because it's already there. We can just do our best to try to blend some of it in. Kind of like that. Yeah. That guy in there. No, you're facing the wrong way. Oh, you're... And let's get rid of... No, we're off on a little tangent here, but I figured might as well do this just to show everybody what's going on, what the plan is. Very carefully pull all that stuff out of there. Look how cool that is. I never, in a bajillion years, would have thought to do something like this, so to the person who recommended this, like 10 billion interwebs to you, fine sir or madam or parakeet, whatever you are. I don't know. But, yeah, this is so cool. No, this might not be exactly what you had in mind. You probably might have thought, like, using the actual steps. But just the fact that I can just cheat, kind of, by doing this with the dirt here, and we'll fill in some spots to kind of make it look a little better, and then there you go. Now we have garden space here. What is that? So let's pull that forward a little bit. Back it up a little bit. That's good enough. But yeah, that's really cool. I actually might take out this bottom rung and put in like some sort of flat walking space, and then I'll put in some stairs that match that slope to go up. So, you know, maybe we'll take these guys out. Zoop. Zoop. You know what? Since we're here, let's play around with it. I'm kind of excited. Let's see. All right, you know, we're gonna go to. Ooh, wait, what was that? No. We're gonna go to G2M. We're gonna use this. There we go. Oof! I don't know if you guys heard that. I mean, you heard me go oof. It's just a quarry, like right down the road, and they just went kablooey, blowing up some whatchamacallit, there we go. Some limestone. There's a lot of limestone in the area naturally. I don't think this. And every once in a while, they go kablooey. Some bim and some gumdrops. You know what? I am hungry and thirsty. Yeah, okay, we gotta fix this. This is not kosher. But anyway, yeah, they do boom booms every once in a while, which sounds really bad. There we go. Let's try to straighten this out. I want it like perfect with railing here. And oh man, when I used to work nights, 12-hour nights, obviously I had to sleep during the day, and that was the absolute worst when I'm doing my best to try and sleep, and then they exploded something. I mean, after several years, I was on nights for like 5 years straight, but after several years, gap on this side, shoot, I kind of got used to it, didn't bug me as much. I would wake up and thankfully be able to fall back asleep, so it wasn't too big of a deal. You know, that's good enough, I don't care. So, but yeah, it was enough that it was annoying. yeah, we're gonna have to put this guy over. So let's bring him over to that one there. And maybe we'll dip that down one shot. There we go. This way it looks a little more the same as that. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that was terrible, and I always forget about it until it goes off. It scares the bejesus out of me. Like that. So you all get to hear me go, ah, like a little girly. Not to say that girls are easily scared. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't send me hate mail. Alright, I'm screaming like a little boy. There you go. Boys are actually wimps. 100%. Alright. So now that we've got that, let's see about doing some walkieways here. Let's see, how is that? Does that seem... That is not the same. Alright. Well, that's just slope time. We want to do, like, actual stairs. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. That's, like, almost perfect. Except we don't want railings, because then you can't get to anything. So do I have that without the railings? We got that. Is that the same? Oh, look at that. Right up the thing. Nice. How many do we want? Oh, other way. There you go. We just need the two? That's not very evenish, to be honest. Maybe we'll scooch it on over there. Is that... Yeah, that looks about the same spacing. Alright. Let's move these on over. Might actually have to stick those up just a little higher, because those seem to be a little more buried. But, no! You know what? Forget it. We're going to keep that. That's cool looking. Nice. Look at this. Alright. And yeah, I know I was going to work on that. But this is so much cooler. So we're going to put some food in here. Food! We want, like, big stuff that we can see. So let's do something that's amazing. If you don't know, maize is like the original name for corn. I think it's Native American, what they used to call it. Probably because it was like being in a maze. I don't know. Or because it was amazing. Why not? I don't know if I'm going to actually get any settlers to actually do anything with this. Beds 3. People 0. Oh, yeah. That's why. One of you had said something about me actually getting settlers here the old-fashioned way. And yeah, we're going to set up a beacon, and it's going to, I don't know, we'll see if we can get some people here. And I guess it doesn't really matter where I put this. You know, let's just stick it over here. So we can actually get some people here versus me just adding them through cheat terminal and whatnot. Oh, you don't get power from that? You stink. Alright, get out of here. Let's use the regular one. I think the regular one I can get to work off of my little cheating power thing. There we go. Now we'll actually get some people here and get somebody to start messing with my corn. I love popcorn. Good stuff. Okay, back over food. Alright, we're gonna go, I guess, up to this line, give or take, with our corn. And we'll switch over to some new crop. And actually, you know what, I'll probably put some sort of landing right here, too. That might look kind of neat. Let's try that. Coming up with all kinds of good ideas. So we want... Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's just, like, perfect. Let's just go the whole way across. Or can I? You know what, so let's do that. And that. No. That up. Go back to that. There we go. I know it's a different color, but we're having some fun here. We can do some mix and matching. Put this guy back in here. And go back to that guy. Oh. Whoops, a doodle. Hmm. Maybe we'll bury this in a little bit. So let's... It does look kind of not cool. Something a little more subtle like that. Yeah, I think that's a little better. So I'm just gonna straighten this out so it looks neater. Cool. Yeah, I like that better. Alright. Let's do that. We're basically... Yeah. Basically want to hide... Oh, wait. Let's just do this the smart way. Turn that back on. We want to hide that line, and also at the same time give us something neat to work with here. So, get in there. There we go. We get crooked here. I think we are. Son of a gun. Alright, let's turn our snapping off. Get going like that. And let's try that. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Get in there. Really? There we go. In the patootie. Nice. We'll probably even put some supports in there. But, kind of running out of time, so I'm going to just start throwing some more food in here. Go with, want some big old vertical something or others that really pop. And forget what I've taught you folks, you gotta make sure you rotate these so that they don't all look exactly the same. Especially these guys, since there's only one option for what they look like. Nice. Maybe we'll space this out just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, let's put another one right there. There. R. Actually, we might want to space these out a little more. There we go. Just so they actually have a little room to breathe and can get a little more sunlight on each other. Each one. So that they can grow better. Alright, we'll just do like one last row. There. Right there. And there. Nice. I think we gotta bring this down a little more. Just to keep the look. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Get some tomatoes in here. Termators. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the settlers try and do some farming on these bad boys. Because they're in such weird spots. Whoa! Don't want that. Planting maters. Nice. We got the whole upper level going. Let's bring this guy down a little. This one. Because they don't look right. There we go. That's much better. Look at this. This is so cool. Once again, big thank you to the person that recommended doing this. Wild corn. We might have to double up on some stuff. Wild potato blossoms. You know what? Why not? Oop, oop. There we go. No, these are scraggly. Just to save some time. There we go. What else is that? Aster? I don't know what that is. Eva blossoms. These are cool. Just gonna throw a bunch of these in here. Why not? Right. Do 4, so let's spread these out a little. I guess you can eat these. I don't know. It's let me plant them as food. That's according to USO anyway. So, who knows? Whatever. I'll just put them in here just to take up some space. Alright, what else we got? Something different. I suppose we could use this. Whoops, where'd it go? Nice and big. There we go. That works. Nice. That's one of the coolest things I've ever done. I, again, never in a bajillion years would have thought of doing something like this, so once again, thank you for the idea. So you come on up here, and you can come on over here, and you can be like, give me some mute fruit, give me some tomatoes. So cool. That's freaking awesome. Oh, we gotta fix that. That looks terrible. Hang on, kitties. Oh. A little more. I think it's in there, but... Okay, that's a little better. Actually, not really, but we'll leave it for now. Maybe I'll plant some flowers or something. That might be a little difficult to do, but we'll figure it out. Okay, last but not least, we maybe need some supports. So let's come back into here. And we're just gonna grab, yeah, one or two of these little guys. Nice. Cool! We've got a garden. We don't have any people, though, so we don't really have any food. We need to get some water, too. And we have all that water. Maybe I'll build a water plant at some point, too, or... It's actually not a bad idea. We do have quite a bit of space free there. We can build our own little custom water building. I still gotta... Actually, this one I think I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna do the patchwork on it. But this building I did kind of want to rebuild from scratch because it's collapsed. And I kind of want to keep it, but I can't repair it. So I'd have to rebuild it myself and then delete that and put it in its place. Alrighty. There we have it. Let's fix our sky here. World, weather, clear. Yay. Let's all sit and marvel at our garden. How cool. I love it. Alright. That is going to do it for this episode. Can we get in here? Hey, we got in here. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Until then, don't fly irradiated.